Welcome to this audiobook summary of the Millionaire Fastlane by DeMarco, a game-changing guide that challenges everything you thought you knew about building wealth and achieving financial freedom. If you've ever felt stuck in the grind of a 9-to-5 job, or frustrated by the idea of working for decades just to scrape by in retirement, this book is for you. DeMarco flips the script on traditional financial advice and reveals a faster, more efficient way to achieve the life you've always dreamed of. In this summary, we'll explore why the conventional get-rich-slow approach, saving, investing, and waiting for compound interest to work its magic, is not the answer. Instead, you'll discover the secrets of the fast lane, a proven framework for building wealth rapidly by creating value, scaling your efforts, and reclaiming your time. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a dreamer, or just someone looking for a better path, this book offers actionable insights to help you take control of your financial destiny. Stick around to the end for a summary of key takeaways and a call to action to join this movement of financial freedom seekers. In part 1 of the Millionaire Fastlane, DeMarco paints a vivid picture of why the traditional path to wealth, what he calls the get-rich-slow approach, is a deeply flawed and uninspiring strategy. This conventional route is one most people are familiar with: work hard, save a portion of your income, invest in the stock market, and one day, maybe when you're 65, you'll finally be rich enough to enjoy life. DeMarco challenges this system head-on, calling it a losing game. Why? Because it's built on a gamble. Your most precious resource, time, is traded for the mere hope of wealth in the distant future. And even then, you might not live long enough to enjoy it. DeMarco argues that this approach isn't just uninspiring, it's downright dangerous. The get-rich-slow roadmap relies on decades of steady employment, low inflation, and favorable market conditions, factors you can't control. Worse, it asks you to sacrifice your most vibrant, youthful years for a distant promise of financial freedom. He calls this wealth in a wheelchair, a grim image of retiring old, tired, and potentially too late to truly live the life you've dreamed of. If wealth is a journey, this is the equivalent of taking the long, tedious scenic route, with detours and obstacles, while ignoring the shortcut just around the corner. Using sharp wit and relatable examples, DeMarco debunks the myths that support this outdated system. For instance, he highlights how society idolizes the wealthy but rarely questions how they achieved their success. Did they get rich by following the save and invest mantra, or did they take a completely different route? He points out that no one achieves substantial wealth by clipping coupons or maxing out their 401k. Instead, young millionaires, those who build wealth fast, do so by breaking free of this conventional wisdom. DeMarco also critiques the financial gurus who promote these strategies, claiming that their advice often doesn't make them rich, it's the act of selling you that advice that does. He calls out the hypocrisy of these experts who peddle long-term, slow-growth methods while personally benefiting from high-profit businesses built on your belief in their system. The same goes for traditional employment. A corporate job might offer stability, but it won't lead to the kind of wealth that lets you truly live life on your own terms. At its core, this section is about redefining wealth and retirement. DeMarco argues that true wealth isn't just about having money, it's about having the freedom to live richly while you're young enough to enjoy it. Retirement shouldn't be a waiting room for death, marked by walkers, nursing homes, and golden years that are anything but golden. Instead, he invites readers to imagine a life where financial freedom arrives decades earlier, fueled by a mindset that prioritizes speed, value creation, and breaking free from societal norms. Part 1 sets the stage for a bold alternative to the status quo. It's not just about rejecting the slow lane, it's about waking up to the reality that there is a faster, more fulfilling way to wealth. DeMarco doesn't just want you to retire rich. He wants you to live rich now. This is your call to action to stop following the herd and start questioning the roads you've been told to take. Because the greatest deception isn't that wealth is unattainable, it's that you've been convinced to wait a lifetime to achieve it. In part 2 of the Millionaire Fastlane, DeMarco shifts gears and invites readers to think of wealth not as a static destination but as a dynamic road trip. He introduces the idea that achieving wealth is much like planning a journey. You need the right vehicle, the right map, and the right mindset to navigate successfully. Along the way, DeMarco challenges readers to reevaluate the financial roadmap they've been following, and he reveals why so many people end up lost or stuck in financial mediocrity. DeMarco lays out three main roadmaps to wealth: the sidewalk, the slow lane, and the fast lane. The sidewalk represents the road to nowhere, a lifestyle of financial irresponsibility, living paycheck to paycheck, and placing happiness in material consumption. Sidewalkers might appear to enjoy life in the moment, but their lack of accountability and planning ensures they are one financial disaster away from ruin. DeMarco makes it clear that staying on this road means surrendering control of your financial future to luck, external factors, or sheer denial of reality. The slow lane, meanwhile, is the path most people are taught to follow. It's the plan of saving, investing, and sacrificing for decades in the hope of retiring rich one day. This path might seem safer and more responsible than the sidewalk, but DeMarco argues that it's riddled with flaws. It's slow, uncertain, and entirely dependent on variables outside your control: market returns, inflation, and your own lifespan. The slow lane asks you to give up your prime years for the promise of a better tomorrow, but DeMarco challenges this trade-off as unnecessary and short-sighted. Then there's the fast lane, which DeMarco positions as the only roadmap worth following. Unlike the other two paths, the fast lane focuses on creating wealth at an accelerated pace by leveraging time, control, and scale. It's not about gambling on stock market returns or waiting decades for compound interest to work its magic. It's about building something that creates value for others and rewards you exponentially. The fast lane puts you in the driver's seat, allowing you to reclaim your time and enjoy financial freedom while you're still young enough to savor it. Throughout Part 2, DeMarco emphasizes that wealth isn't just about money. It's about freedom, choices, and living life on your own terms. He likens the fast lane to a high-speed freeway that bypasses the traffic and roadblocks of traditional wealth-building methods. But he also warns that this path isn't for everyone. It requires effort, discipline, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. The fast lane isn't a magic formula or a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a mindset and a strategy that demands full accountability and action. DeMarco uses relatable analogies and examples to illustrate these concepts, making it clear that the road you choose determines your financial destiny. If you're unhappy with where you are now, it's because the road you're on is leading you there. By reframing wealth as a road trip and emphasizing the importance of choosing the right roadmap, Part 2 sets the foundation for what's to come. It's not just about dreaming of a better life, it's about taking the wheel, finding the fast lane, and accelerating toward a future that's rich in both money and meaning. In Part 3 of the Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco takes readers on a deep dive into the financial roadmap he calls the sidewalk. This is the path most people unknowingly travel, a road paved with financial irresponsibility, impulsive decisions, and a lack of long-term vision. At first glance, life on the sidewalk can seem fun and carefree, but DeMarco peels back the illusion to reveal a harsh reality. The sidewalk is a trap, and staying on it leads to inevitable financial ruin. Sidewalkers are those who live for today with little regard for tomorrow. They prioritize consumption over creation, spending every dollar they earn, or worse, money they don't have. DeMarco describes sidewalkers as people who equate wealth with material possessions. They might drive fancy cars, wear designer clothes, or live in big houses, but their lifestyles are funded by debt or a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. This makes them vulnerable to any disruption. A job loss, a medical emergency, or even a market downturn can send their lives spiraling into chaos. One of the defining traits of a sidewalker is their lack of accountability. They often blame external forces for their financial struggles: the government, their boss, or the economy. DeMarco emphasizes that this mindset is one of the biggest obstacles to escaping the sidewalk. Without taking responsibility for their actions and decisions, sidewalkers remain trapped in a loop of poor financial habits and victim mentality. DeMarco also explores the psychological factors that keep people on the sidewalk. Many sidewalkers misunderstand the true nature of money. Instead of viewing it as a tool to create opportunities, they see it as a means to fund immediate gratification. This flawed perspective leads to a misuse of money, where earnings are spent as quickly as they come in, leaving no room for growth or stability. Another hallmark of the sidewalker mentality is a reliance on luck. Sidewalkers hope for a big break, a lottery win, a rich inheritance, or some other windfall to rescue them from their financial troubles. DeMarco is clear that this strategy is not only unrealistic but also dangerous. By placing their future in the hands of chance, sidewalkers forfeit the power to control their own destinies. Throughout this section, DeMarco reinforces the idea that money, when misused, becomes a source of misery rather than freedom. He recounts examples of people who win the lottery or inherit large sums, only to squander it all because they lack the financial discipline and mindset to handle wealth. He argues that true financial success comes not from earning more, but from using money wisely and understanding its role in building a stable, prosperous life. Ultimately, Part 3 is a wake-up call for anyone who finds themselves stuck on the sidewalk. DeMarco challenges readers to take an honest look at their own habits and beliefs about money. He urges them to shift their mindset from consumption to creation, from blame to accountability, and from hoping for wealth to actively pursuing it. The sidewalk might seem like an easy and enjoyable road, but as DeMarco makes abundantly clear, it's a dead-end path that leads nowhere. The only way forward is to recognize its traps, break free from its limitations, and start searching for a better roadmap. In Part 4 of the Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco turns his focus to the Slowlane, a financial roadmap that many see as the responsible path to wealth. This is the plan most people are taught to follow. Get a good job, work hard, save a portion of your income, invest in the stock market, and hope that compound interest will eventually make you rich. At first glance, the Slowlane seems like a safer, more sensible alternative to the reckless spending of the sidewalk. However, DeMarco reveals that this path is just as flawed, albeit in a different way. The problem with the Slowlane, DeMarco explains, is that it's excruciatingly slow. It relies on trading time for money, whether through a traditional job or small incremental investments that take decades to grow. By the time you achieve financial freedom, you're likely too old to enjoy it. DeMarco paints a grim picture of what he calls wealth in a wheelchair, where the promised golden years of retirement are spent grappling with age, health issues, and a dwindling sense of vitality. The Slowlane is essentially a gamble that requires you to bet the best years of your life on an uncertain payoff in the distant future. One of the key flaws of the Slowlane, DeMarco argues, is its dependence on variables you can't control. Stock market fluctuations, inflation, job security, and even your own lifespan are all factors that can derail this plan. It's a strategy built on hope rather than certainty, leaving its followers vulnerable to forces beyond their influence. This lack of control makes the Slowlane inherently risky, even though it's marketed as the safe way to build wealth. DeMarco also exposes the hypocrisy of the financial gurus who champion the Slowlane. He points out that these so-called experts rarely follow their own advice. Instead, they've often amassed their fortunes by selling books, courses, or investment programs, not by practicing the very methods they preach. DeMarco calls out the futility of saving small percentages of your income while your larger financial goals remain decades away. He argues that pinching pennies and following frugal habits might give you a false sense of progress, but it doesn't lead to meaningful wealth. Education, too, comes under scrutiny in this section. DeMarco critiques the societal obsession with college degrees as the ultimate ticket to financial success. While he acknowledges the value of education, he challenges the notion that a degree guarantees wealth. In reality, many graduates find themselves burdened with debt and stuck in careers that offer limited potential for growth or freedom. Through vivid examples, DeMarco demonstrates why the Slowlane isn't the golden ticket it's made out to be. He shares stories of people who diligently saved, invested, and followed all the rules, only to find themselves falling short of their dreams. These stories highlight the inefficiencies of the Slowlane and underscore the need for a faster, more impactful approach to building wealth. Ultimately, Part 4 is about shattering the illusion of security that the Slowlane offers. DeMarco encourages readers to question the traditional advice they've been given and to recognize the limitations of trading time for money. While the Slowlane might appear responsible, it's a road paved with slow progress, missed opportunities, and sacrifices that often outweigh the rewards. For those who want to escape mediocrity and achieve wealth while they're still young enough to enjoy it, the Slowlane is not the answer. DeMarco makes it clear, to truly break free, you need to abandon this path and start seeking the Fastlane. In Part 5 of the Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco unveils the roadmap to wealth that transforms dreams into reality. The Fastlane. Unlike the Sidewalk and Slowlane, the Fastlane isn't about gambling on luck or waiting decades for slow, incremental gains. It's a strategy for achieving wealth at an accelerated pace, one that focuses on creating value, scaling impact, and detaching income from time. DeMarco emphasizes that the Fastlane is the only viable path to financial freedom while you're still young enough to enjoy it. The cornerstone of the Fastlane is its focus on entrepreneurship and value creation. DeMarco explains that the wealthy don't get rich by trading their time for money or stashing away small savings in the hopes of a brighter future. Instead, they create businesses, systems, or products that solve real problems and serve the needs of many. By leveraging this approach, they create exponential opportunities for growth, allowing wealth to accumulate far more rapidly than traditional methods. A key principle of the Fastlane is the idea of divorcing wealth from time. In the slow lane, your income is tied to the hours you work. If you stop working, the money stops coming. In contrast, the Fastlane focuses on building assets that generate income passively or independently of your direct involvement. This could mean anything from creating a product that sells globally to building a scalable business that doesn't rely on your physical presence. DeMarco uses examples of entrepreneurs who've built systems that work around the clock, creating wealth even while they sleep. Another defining feature of the Fastlane is control. DeMarco stresses the importance of owning the process of wealth creation. Unlike employees or slow-lane investors who rely on bosses, corporations, or market trends, Fastlaners take charge of their financial destiny. They control their businesses, their decisions, and ultimately their outcomes. This autonomy not only accelerates wealth but also provides a sense of freedom and empowerment. The Fastlane is also built on scale, reaching as many people as possible with a product, service, or idea. DeMarco illustrates this concept by contrasting a small local business, which might serve a limited number of customers, with a business that operates globally or leverages the internet. The latter has the potential to reach millions, creating opportunities for massive financial growth. Scale allows Fastlaners to multiply their impact and income without multiplying their effort. However, the Fastlane isn't without challenges. DeMarco makes it clear that this path requires hard work, innovation, and a willingness to take calculated risks. It's not a shortcut in the sense of avoiding effort, but it is a faster and more efficient way to achieve wealth by leveraging the right strategies. He also warns against getting caught up in superficial metrics of success, like chasing trends or trying to emulate others without understanding the underlying principles of value creation. DeMarco closes this section with a profound insight. The Fastlane isn't just about money. It's about freedom. It's about creating a life where you control your time, pursue your passions, and have the means to live fully. While the slow lane asks you to sacrifice today for a distant tomorrow, the Fastlane allows you to build wealth while living richly in the present. Part 5 is an invitation to rethink everything you know about wealth and success. DeMarco doesn't just show you the roadmap, he gives you the keys and challenges you to step on the accelerator. The Fastlane is not for the passive or the complacent, but for those willing to take ownership of their future and build a life of abundance and purpose. This is where the journey to true financial freedom begins. In Part 6 of the Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco turns the spotlight onto the most critical component of wealth creation. You. This part is all about understanding that, while external strategies and roadmaps are important, your personal mindset, habits, and decisions are the true driving forces behind your journey to wealth. You are the vehicle that must steer, accelerate, and navigate toward financial freedom. DeMarco challenges readers to take radical ownership of their lives and harness their potential to create the wealth and freedom they desire. DeMarco begins by emphasizing the importance of self-accountability. Many people look outward for excuses, blaming the economy, their upbringing, or bad luck for their lack of success. But DeMarco dismantles this mindset, asserting that wealth creation begins with the acceptance that your life's circumstances are the result of your own choices. If you're not happy with where you are, it's because of the road you've chosen to travel. To change your destination, you must first change yourself. A key theme in this section is clarity of vision. DeMarco compares life to driving a car. If your windshield is dirty or your destination unclear, you'll struggle to move forward. He encourages readers to clean their windshield by getting rid of limiting beliefs, distractions, and excuses that cloud their vision. This involves being brutally honest about your current situation, your habits, and the choices that have led you there. Without a clear and focused mind, it's impossible to chart a course toward wealth. Time, DeMarco argues, is your most valuable resource. While money can be replenished, time is finite and irreplaceable. Fastlaners understand this truth and treat their time with the utmost respect. They avoid wasting it on trivial pursuits or activities that don't align with their goals. DeMarco challenges readers to audit how they spend their days and redirect their time toward actions that create value and move them closer to their dreams. Personal growth and skill building are central to becoming a wealth-creating vehicle. DeMarco stresses that you can't shortcut your way to success. You must become the kind of person capable of achieving and sustaining wealth. This means developing the skills, knowledge, and discipline required to build and scale a business or product. He advises readers to think of themselves as engines that need constant tuning and upgrading to perform at their best. DeMarco also explores the emotional and mental obstacles that can hold people back, such as fear, doubt, and resistance to change. He likens these to headwinds that slow down your journey. The only way to overcome them, he says, is to face them head-on. Fastlaners don't let fear paralyze them. Instead, they use it as fuel to propel forward. Change is uncomfortable, but it's also necessary for growth. Another critical concept in this section is the importance of alignment. Your actions, values, and goals must all point in the same direction. If your daily habits contradict your long-term aspirations, you'll never gain traction. DeMarco urges readers to align their lifestyle and choices with their ultimate destination. This might mean cutting out toxic habits, rethinking your priorities, or making sacrifices in the short term for greater rewards in the future. Ultimately, Part 6 is about empowerment. DeMarco reminds readers that they are not passengers in their own lives, they are the drivers. By taking full responsibility, focusing their efforts, and committing to personal growth, anyone can become the vehicle that carries them to financial freedom. The road to wealth is not reserved for the lucky or the privileged. It's open to those willing to put in the work and take control of the wheel. Part 6 is both a challenge and an encouragement. It asks you to confront your excuses, take ownership of your actions, and make the changes necessary to transform yourself into a wealth-creating powerhouse. In the fast lane, success isn't just about the road you take, it's about the person you become along the way. And if you're ready to rise to the challenge, the fast lane will take you places you've only dreamed of. In Part 7 of the Millionaire Fastlane, DeMarco shifts from the mindset and personal growth necessary for success to the practical mechanics of building wealth through the fast lane. He introduces the commandments of wealth, which serve as essential criteria for evaluating any business, product, or venture. These commandments are the framework that guides you in creating a wealth-generating vehicle capable of delivering financial freedom. The first commandment, the commandment of need, emphasizes that wealth is created by solving problems or fulfilling needs. DeMarco highlights that successful businesses don't start with the question, "What can I do to get rich?" but rather, "What problem can I solve?" He challenges readers to look beyond personal desires and think about how they can add value to others. Whether it's through a product, service, or system, the foundation of wealth lies in solving real, meaningful problems that people are willing to pay for. Next comes the commandment of entry, which focuses on creating barriers to competition. DeMarco explains that businesses with low barriers to entry often face fierce competition, making it hard to scale or sustain profitability. If anyone can easily replicate your idea, it's not likely to succeed in the long run. He encourages readers to choose ventures where entry requires unique skills, knowledge, or innovation, something that sets you apart and creates a defensible position in the marketplace. The commandment of control stresses the importance of maintaining authority over your wealth creation vehicle. If someone else, an employer, a partner, or even a platform, controls your income, your financial freedom is at their mercy. DeMarco illustrates this point by warning against relying too heavily on third-party platforms like Amazon or YouTube, where sudden changes in policies or algorithms can cripple your business. True fastlaners build systems they own and control, ensuring that no external force can derail their success. The fourth principle, the commandment of scale, is about maximizing the reach of your business or product. DeMarco makes it clear, small-scale ventures lead to small-scale results. To achieve significant wealth, you need a model that can scale to serve thousands, if not millions, of people. Whether it's a digital product, a franchisable service, or a mass-market good, scalability allows you to multiply your impact and your income without multiplying your time. Finally, the commandment of time focuses on detaching your income from the hours you work. DeMarco explains that trading time for money is a limitation, not a path to freedom. The most successful businesses create income streams that operate independently of the founder's direct involvement. Whether through automation, delegation, or systems design, the fast lane is all about breaking the time-money link to free up your most valuable resource, your time. Throughout Part 7, DeMarco provides vivid examples of how these commandments apply in real life. He critiques ventures that fail one or more of the commandments, such as small, unscalable businesses or those tied to a single point of failure, and contrasts them with businesses that adhere to these principles and thrive. For instance, a local coffee shop might struggle with scalability, whereas a franchise model like Starbucks fulfills the commandments of scale and control. DeMarco also reminds readers that not every idea will check all the boxes, and that's okay. The goal is to align your business as closely as possible with these commandments to maximize its potential for success. He challenges readers to think critically, innovate, and design ventures that don't just make money but also meet the criteria for sustainable, scalable wealth. Part 7 serves as a practical blueprint for choosing and designing a wealth creation vehicle. It's about turning the theoretical into actionable strategies, ensuring that your efforts lead to a business that grows rapidly, withstands competition, and ultimately frees you from the constraints of traditional work. This is the roadmap to making wealth work for you, not the other way around, and it's where the fast lane truly takes shape as a life-changing path. In Part 8 of the Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco delivers the final piece of the puzzle: how to accelerate wealth and bring your fastlane strategy to life. This section is all about execution, focus, and scaling your efforts to achieve financial freedom at a rapid pace. DeMarco challenges readers to stop planning endlessly and start taking action, emphasizing that speed and momentum are the keys to success in the fast lane. DeMarco begins by stressing the importance of speed of execution. Many people get stuck in the planning phase, waiting for the perfect time or the perfect plan. DeMarco dismantles this mindset, arguing that perfection is a myth and waiting only delays progress. Instead, he encourages readers to act now, adapt quickly, and refine their approach as they go. Success doesn't come from standing still. It comes from moving forward, even if that means making mistakes along the way. One of the most powerful tools for acceleration is execution over planning. DeMarco critiques the traditional business approach of writing lengthy business plans or chasing venture capital before taking action. He explains that businesses are built on execution, not theory. The market doesn't reward ideas, it rewards results. DeMarco uses the analogy of a car. The fastlane vehicle won't move unless you step on the gas, and that gas is execution. Another critical concept is building brands, not just businesses. DeMarco explains that while a business can generate income, a brand creates loyalty, recognition, and long-term value. A strong brand becomes an asset that can scale, endure, and multiply wealth over time. He advises readers to focus on building something that stands out, resonates with customers, and leaves a lasting impression. DeMarco also warns about the dangers of distractions and hijackers on the road to wealth. These can take the form of negative influences, self-doubt, or the temptation to chase shiny new opportunities that don't align with your ultimate goals. He emphasizes the importance of focus and staying committed to your vision, even when the road gets tough. Fastlaners succeed because they keep their eyes on the destination and don't allow themselves to be derailed by short-term setbacks or external noise. The role of customers in your journey is another key theme. DeMarco highlights that wealth is created by serving others, and the more people you serve, the greater your potential for success. He challenges readers to view their customers not just as buyers but as partners in the wealth creation process. By solving their problems and exceeding their expectations, you create a loyal base that drives growth and sustainability. A unique insight DeMarco offers is the concept of monogamy over polygamy in business. He argues that spreading yourself too thin across multiple ventures dilutes your focus and effort. Instead, commit fully to one idea, one business, or one path, and give it everything you've got. The fast lane isn't about dabbling in opportunities, it's about diving deep and scaling one venture to its full potential. DeMarco concludes Part 8 by tying everything together. He shows how the concepts of value, scale, and execution combine to supercharge your wealth plan. The fast lane isn't a shortcut in the sense of avoiding effort, but it is the most efficient and effective way to create financial freedom. By embracing speed, focus, and action, you can achieve results in years that others spend decades chasing. Ultimately, Part 8 is a call to action. It's about leaving behind analysis paralysis, trusting in the principles of the fast lane, and committing to the journey with full force. DeMarco reminds readers that the road won't always be smooth, but those who accelerate with determination, creativity, and grit will reach their destination faster than they ever imagined. The fast lane isn't just a strategy, it's a way of life, and it's up to you to hit the accelerator and make it happen. In the Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco doesn't just offer a roadmap to wealth, he provides a mindset shift that can completely transform your life. By rejecting the slow, traditional path and embracing the principles of the fast lane, you can create a life of freedom, purpose, and abundance. The key takeaways? Wealth isn't about pinching pennies or waiting until retirement. It's about creating value, leveraging your time, and building scalable systems that allow you to live richly while you're still young. If you've been inspired by these ideas, now is the time to take action. What road are you on right now? Are you ready to shift gears and hit the accelerator toward financial freedom? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this summary, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Join us on this journey to rewrite the rules of wealth and live the life you've always imagined. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the fast lane.